is better than Omanite, if you remember how the last part ended. Anyway, so he takes Omanite, and we take off. And we have 5 HP. Can we do it? Dun 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 dun.
The answer is yes, you just haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Well, I'm presuming I haven't actually watched this.
Yes, the answer is yes. Way to take the climax and make it look like it wasn't.
There's about 15 steps.
We ran into like 2 random encounters and we fled. Well, actually, I was the one playing this. Giga Sky had nothing to do with it. Though he did help record parts 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, were you going to say something?
Yeah, in Fire Emblem Green there are trainers that teach you Mech Punch.
Oh no, not Match Punch, Mega Punch and Mega Kick.
Right,
Yeah, you get the TMs of them inside Mount Moon instead. And you get the TM for Whelming. The TMs in Generation 1 were weird. You get Teleport, Water Gun, Soft Boil, which can only be learnt by Chansey.
So relatively bad TMs.
Yes, they were kind of fixed in Gold and Silver, and then in Ruby and Sapphire they got the TMs, which were then used in Generation 4, and I think they were slightly changed in Generation 5, which is why you can't make Pokemon hold TMs, or hold any items for that matter, when they're transferred from a Generation 4 game to a Generation 5 game. Anyway, first of all, there are 2 choices here. Either you can go up Nugget Bridge and run into Bill and kick his freaking ass, or you can battle at the gym. And we're gonna battle at the gym first, and
with a bug type and a water type.
A bug and grass type.
Paris is bug and grass?
Yes.
I never knew that.
And in Generation 1, it was the only generation where poison could ever be super effective, because grass was weak to bug. Oh no, sorry, bug was weak to poison. And we battle some pervert who's swimming around naked, rubbing his chest sensually. Not really sensually, I don't know. Okay, and he has a horsey, which, as I'm sure you can all tell, is a seahorse. And has the word sea spelt out in its name.
I never noticed that.
Really?
I know it was a horse, I just never noticed the sea thing.
Yeah, because if you rearrange it slightly, well, if you not really rearrange, but yeah, it makes seahorse. I don't know, well, it has horse. Yeah,
it says sea hall. It does.
I know. Except horse spelled H-O-R instead of W.
Little Mermaid.
Well said. By the way, that's copyrighted. So I don't really know the rules of copywriting. I think
it's for disclaimers and stuff in, but I don't think.
I write that up in the description. Check the description, because I do not own the Little Mermaid, and I don't work for Disney. Because if I did work for Disney, I'd just be...
Would it be doing this?
No, I'd be making The Princess and the Frog 2, wherein the Princess and the Frog... Oh, it doesn't matter.
Go on, wherein the Princess and the Frog, I want to know now.
Build a stable relationship, and have many children. The end. Okay, anyway, we're fighting Shelder, who has his tongue sticking out of his shell, and because... I don't know why he has his tongue sticking out of his shell. I mean, can't he ever... Oh yeah, in Pokemon Stadium, when you send him out, he kind of spits out his tongue and then withdraws it. I don't know. Anyway.
It's just a shell.
You can't have caught Shelders by this point in the game. Yeah, you can't. In fact, most water types in this game, I think, were caught either in the sea or around the sea foam islands.
Squirtle, I think, is the only water type you may have caught.
Oh, no.
To this point.
You can catch a Magikarp. Well, not catch, you can buy one, but I didn't.
Where is he?
Just outside Mount Moon, in the Pokemon Center. There's a guy going...
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I think that is all the water types. Oh, except you get an old rod.
Great choice.
Except you get an old rod when we get to Viridian City. And you can go fishing and get Poliwags.
Which are, again, incredibly useful.
The Poliwrath is quite good.
I was being, sincere.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, yeah. Also, yeah, you can buy the evolutionary stones in this game from Celadon City Mart. I have no idea why they sell evolution stones, though, or where they got them.
Why wouldn't they? You can find them on the ground.
That's true. I mean, I think it was actually better, in fact, when you could buy evolution stones, because...
It was annoying when you couldn't find them.
Yes. Oh, except I know that in Gold and Silver and Crystal, you get evolution stones as prizes for doing the bug catching contest, as well as from people whose phone numbers you know.
I hated the fact that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver you couldn't evolve your Murkrow into Honchkrow until the end of the game.
Oh, hang on. Why was this?
Oh, because you could only win.
Oh,
Dusk
yeah,
stones
because
from-
it was on the. No, to be fair, unless you used a Pokewalker, you couldn't catch them until you got to Celadon City. Anyway, I'm not sure if you saw that Giga Sky, but it pecked my Paris and got a critical hit, and then I got a critical hit, and then it got a critical hit.
3 critical hits in a row.
Yes. Turtle is confused. What's my purpose? Why do I exist? What's going on? And I think I left the controller. Or I was just being very slow to press the buttons here. If I could travel into the past, I'd make myself press this button. Here we go. Anyway, he stopped pondering his existence and freaking rugby tackled a fish. But it failed.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just a shame that except PBR, you don't really ever get to see your Pokemon interacting with the other Pokemon.
And even then, they're just running.
Well, actually,
Jumping.
yeah, on Pokemon Stadium, right? This is a little known fact, as well as on Colosseum and XD. You would see your Pokemon play an animation. For example, if you used Bite, you would see your Umbreon, for example, prepping up a Bite. And then it would cut to the other Pokemon, and it would just play Bite. You'd never see your Pokemon interacting with them. Just the effect of the attack interacting with them. So we didn't have to animate. Oh.
Loads.
Yeah, but in
presuming.
in PBR, though, you could, like if I used Tackle, it would actually show me running up and ramming the enemy Pokemon in the face. Although I don't know why you'd have Tackle on your Pokemon if you were playing PBR.
One thing I noticed about PBR though is that they do that with every attack. Your Pokemon will run up, and then I don't know, use Ember or something, and just show the animation for Ember. So they're really animating as every Pokemon running up to the other Pokemon.
Oh no, but it does. Like you can use moves which actually show your Pokemon attacking their Pokemon.
Seismic Toss.
Yeah, like Seismic Toss. Oh yeah, it's really funny watching a Doug Trio be Seismic Tossed because it shows you what's underneath it, and it's just black squares. Also, Misty's little bikini thing here is different from what she wears in the anime and in Pokemon Yellow. And misspelt Parasite, go! X defend for some reason.
That was a weird yawn.
I know. Anyway, we stun Spore it because that's how we begin every match with this Parasect. And this is slightly irritating what's coming up. I mean, it makes us far. Oh, no, it's not slightly irritating. It's the opposite, as a matter of fact. Oh, yes! I remember this. This is freaking cheap. I was expecting her to use a super potion. Oh, no, maybe it was nothing then. I thought it stayed paralysed until I killed it, but it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, I was expecting her to use like a super potion or a hyper potion, but she used the X defend, because for some reason gym leaders in this generation used X defends and X attacks instead of healing their Pokemon.
It's still taking you ages to kill it.
I know,
It would have killed you by now if it wasn't paralysed.
I know, so that I'm grateful for. And if its tackle hadn't missed, then it just got a critical, which is slightly irritating. And now it's still alive. Oh, that sound effect is annoying as hell. I mean, it's kind of remedied in Generation 5 when they turn it into like an awesome little doo-doo-doo-doo type song. Except in all the previous games, it was just and that was really irritating.
Yes, so what's your impression of it?
I know. Well, it didn't last.
X defend again.
Why? I'm just going to see whether using Water Gun or using Tackle does more damage. It depends on how high my special stat is when compared to my physical attack. So it tackles me. No animation plays, the screen just shakes slightly. I think Tackle did more damage there. I don't know, I couldn't see, but I'm just going to keep using Tackle. I do love the gym leader tune though.
Do we win this battle?
We win this battle. I think we lose this battle and we try again and win then, but it's annoying because I think it's very, very, very close. Anyway, so he tackles us. Critical hit. We tackle him. Actually, there's no gender given. I'm just presuming the Starmie's a he because I don't know really. So have Starmie's been overused since Generation 1?
As in Smoke
yeah, Smoke and Tears.
Whoa. I have no idea.
I think they made a whole article about Pokemon.
Why the hell did you tail?
I didn't tail whip.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I used tackle.
You really sure?
Yes.
I am
Or maybe I used tail whip on that last turn because I knew he was going to hit me because I knew he was faster. So we black out.
Yeah, but tackle has 95%
Wait.
accuracy.
We wake up outside a Pokemon Center feeling disoriented and dizzy. And so we head straight back in there. This time, I don't think Stormy will be getting any critical hits off on us. So let's just try it again. This time, however, we do win. Misty seems to have forgotten who we are and gives us the same speech she did before. Clearly she's rehearsed this a great deal. And see you next part.